John.
G'day.
G'day.
Long time no see.
Very long time no see. Time for an update on the Jimny project.
Yeah, I have swapped the manifold out for an old Vitara manifold. It has most of the same features and mounting points, so it was a pretty easy swap. Also swapped the Suzuki, the fuel rail to the Swift fuel rail, installed an independent pressure regulator, and other than that, I've put in this second battery tray, upgraded the terminals, and upgraded the terminals on the main battery. So yeah, a little bit of work in the engine bay, and I must say it's really running a lot better than it was.
Well, we did ultrasonically clean the injectors as well.
Yeah, so
and changed the spark plugs as well. That made a big difference. Yeah,
the injectors clogged up and the spark plugs carbon fouled, probably just as a product of having a poor initial tune, and so it was just a bit of a maintenance thing to get it back up and running. It seems to be running well now and tuning itself. It still needs a dyno tune, but yeah, the Haltech learned, so it's getting there. Still having a bit of issue stalling when shifting, well, when starting today, but also when starting cold, but also when shifting from neutral to drive. I've tuned it out mostly with a mix of like the transient throttle settings, which applies more fuel when there's a sudden change in manifold pressure.
Yeah, right.
And
what's your idle set to?
I've actually got it set to like 950 at full temp at the moment, and like 1400 or 1500 at start, plus some offset, so it starts at like 2000 and just works its way down as it warms up. It only stays that high for, don't know, 20 seconds.
Yeah, right. It's got some get up and go. Mate, that's heaps better.
Isn't it? And it's just like
smooth too.
Yeah,
really
it's just
smooth.
like effortless to get up to speed, which is not a characteristic of Jimnys typically. Alright, 80 zone.
That's awesome.
That is a different car, isn't it?
That sounds so good.
That is absolutely a different car. I might have cheated a little bit and put some 98 in on the way here.
Nice.
But I thought.
Dude, how much more satisfying is it to just drive a car that feels right? It feels like it's got enough power, and
yeah,
you know, just the driving experience totally changed.
Yeah, it is so much more satisfying, and you know, I wasn't unhappy with the Jimny's off-road performance. You know, I've done rocky track in it with the 1.3 and it handled it well.
Well, that's an interesting thing. Like four-wheel drives, to go full driving, you don't need power at all, really. Like,
yeah,
the tracks I was doing with that completely broken TB45,
yeah,
that was still enough. It was plenty.
Yeah,
it's like when you get into sand and like drivability on the road,
yeah,
like you really, that's where it really comes into.
And that was the big one, like drivability. Like, I mean, I don't daily drive, but this is as close to a daily driver as I have. And having that kind of really average on-road performance, yeah, it was just, you know,